ever. 80 degrees and dropping as day becomes night here in Trinidad and Tobago, and there is a strong chance of rain as we move into the evening hours. So keep an eye on how that may impact the happenings on the field as these teams meet here in Group B. A look at the standings shows you it's basically must-win territory for both of them here at the near halfway mark of the group stage. It will be the halfway mark beyond it, actually, for Port of Spain. Match day number 2 for Grenades FC. The top 2 teams in the 2 groups, Group A and Group B, the top 2 teams in each will advance to the semifinals. So Port of Spain and Grenades both in position here where they need a victory, all looking up at a pair of teams on 4 points each. Now, this is the first ever time that Port of Spain is facing a team from Antigua and Barbuda as they welcome in Grenades FC, and it's the second time that a Grenades FC side is against the side from Trinidad and Tobago. Last year, or rather back in 2017, Grenades FC lost to Central FC in the Concacaf Club Championship in the Caribbean. Now, on the international level, these 2 teams have faced off quite a bit, but not since 2015. Trinidad and Tobago leads the all-time series against Antigua and Barbuda 8-2, but only 10 times, and had not since 2015. So all that to say, it's very rare to see a matchup between a team from Trinidad and Tobago and Antigua and Barbuda, but that's what we have here in this tournament, in this group stage here this year. Now, AC Port of Spain qualified as the champions of the TT Premier Football League for this past year. They are the number 149 team in CONCACAF. Grenades FC qualified as the runners-up in the 2024 Caribbean Football Union Club Shield. This is their first ever official CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. They are unranked in CONCACAF as this is their first official competition. So the next rankings update, you will see Grenades FC on the list, but not quite yet. They won their first ever Antigua and Barbuda Premier Division title in the 2022-2023 season. That got them into the CFU Club Shield, which they finished as the runners-up, which got them into this tournament. So it's been a very positive domino effect here for Grenades FC. And the last time they were in a similar tournament to this was that 2017 CFU Caribbean Club Championship, but not an official CONCACAF competition at the highest level. Their path to last year, or this past CFU Club Shield, rather, to qualify for this tournament, saw them run the gauntlet of teams from across the region. They beat Guyana Defense Force of Guyana, Real Rincon of Bonaire, Robin Hood of Suriname, one of the favorites in that tournament, and then Dublanc of Dominica before losing to Arnett Gardens in the final. That's how Grenades FC got here. AC Port of Spain in this tournament for the second year in a row. They finished last in Group A last year, hoping to improve upon that this year. Teams are set to take the field. We'll have lineups and kick in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome AC Port of Spain and Grenades FC for tonight's game of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup.
Time to meet the starting lineups for both Grenades FC and AC Port of Spain, as these two clubs again meet for the first time ever in any sort of competition. Again, it's rare that teams from Trinidad and Tobago and teams from Antigua and Barbuda meet even at the international level, where those two Concacaf nations have only ever met 10 times. Trinidad and Tobago leading that all-time series 8-2, and the team from Trinidad and Tobago, AC Port of Spain, will line up like this. The captain in the midfield is Dwayne Muckett, and you'll see a theme throughout both of these starting 11s. For Port of Spain, the starting 11 entirely made up of domestic players from Trinidad and Tobago. For the most part, everybody in this 11 has been capped at the national team level, and they have a lot of familiar faces, a lot of continuity and familiarity, especially in that midfield with Poulon-Geron and Maquette, both with over 15 caps for Trinidad and Tobago. The captains will meet for the coin toss. It is Maquette for AC Port of Spain, and it is Quentin Griffith for Grenades FC, as they meet the officiating crew this evening, led by Hasely of St. Kitts and Nevis, with Dwight Cummings and Kedley Powell, with Chevin Green as your fourth official. The starting 11 on the opposite side for Grenades FC, very different from the story I just told with Port of Spain. It is a very Caribbean-centric starting 11 here for Grenades FC, not necessarily just Antigua and Barbuda in this starting 11. You have Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia, Cuba, Jamaica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines all represented. So it is a melting pot of a starting 11. A lot of players brought in really in this past year for Grenades FC. It's something we see across CONCACAF, mainly when it comes to CONCACAF Central American Cup versus CONCACAF Champions Cup. But a lot of the teams who make it into these tournaments will scour a bit further and wider to supplement their roster when they make tournaments like this. And this is Grenades' first ever appearance in a tournament at this level in CONCACAF. Remember, they won their first ever title in the 2022-2023 domestic season. From there, they were the runners-up in the CFU Club Shield and now made it into this tournament. So over the last year, they've amassed a lot of that talent from the region. A few national team standouts for St. Lucia, for Antigua and Barbuda as well in this Grenades FC starting 11. And we wait for the referee, Hasely to send us on our way. Port of Spain in the red and black from left to right. Grenades FC in the white from right to left. And we're underway. From Hasely Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain at Trinidad and Tobago, Joe Malfa with you for the action here in Group B play of the 2024 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Both of these teams looking for their first victory of the tournament. Third match for AC Port of Spain. They opened with a 1-1 draw against Ahmed of Haiti, and then a 3-2 loss against Mocha of Dominican Republic. On the other side for Grenades FC, just their second match. Their first was a 2-1 loss against Cibao of Dominican Republic. That opening match for Port of Spain against Ahmed. They took the lead in the 34th minute, conceded in the 52nd for that 1-1 draw. They were outshot in the match 13-4. Tried to defend that lead, didn't quite work out in the end. And you look at their second match against Mocha, they were up 2-0 into the 50th minute, and then conceded the 51st, 62nd, and 90+1 from a 2-0 lead to a 3-2 loss. So, in an alternate universe, this Port of Spain side could have a maximum 6 points, blowing 2 second-half leads. Instead, they have just one. Look a lot different here in Group B, the complexion of it, had they been able to hold on to those leads when they had them. The corner on the way early for Port of Spain. Liam Burns providing the pressure down the right side. Now on the opposite side for Grenades FC, they had to come from behind last match against Cibao, tied it in the second half before losing later in the 72nd minute. Small sample size, but in this tournament, Port of Spain have started better. Grenades have finished better in their matches. See if this one takes on that same identity so far as Port of Spain jumping on Grenades from the corner. Intercepted at the near post by Kurt Frederick. Head coach for Grenades FC, Derek Edwards, looking on. I mentioned there's a lot of different nationalities represented as Grenades FC have retooled the roster in preparation of this tournament over the last year and a half. But there is still continuity in terms of some of the partnerships you'll see within the 11. Now it's Malcolm Stort latching on. Malcolm Stort playing it back post, save made by Denzel Smith, and the rebound will turn into an offside. A brilliantly orchestrated counter from Grenades FC, nearly leading to an opening goal. Malcolm Stort tracked it down, spotted that run at the back post, and a terrific save by Denzel Smith. Just started both September Concacaf Nations League matches for Trinidad and Tobago, the 24-year-old goalkeeper. 15 caps, 6 clean sheets. One of the Soca Warriors. Going back to Grenades FC. There's a lot of partnerships within the 11 that have familiarity. Rene Serrano, Tony Sanchez, both Cuban national teamers. They're your 2 center backs. Your 2 outside backs, both on the St. Lucian national team. Kurt Frederick at left back, Sherman Augustin at right back. And then playing on that left side with Kurt Frederick, another St. Lucian national teamer in Lester Joseph. And then on that left wing going forward, another St. Lucian international in Reinel Stanislas. Through the middle, you have Quentin Griffith of Antigua and Barbuda with Daryl Massicat of Antigua and Barbuda. So despite their more regional starting 11 and all of it coming together more recently, there are partnerships forming the chemistry between fellow countrymates throughout the 11 for Grenades. So when you hear that one side is more of a melting pot, Port of Spain is fully comprised of domestic players from Trinidad and Tobago, don't necessarily expect to see quite a chemistry gap between these teams. A well-tooled starting 11 and roster overall for Grenades FC. Now it's in behind for Anthony Charles. Tried to get it back for Shaquille Henry. And a throw coming for Port of Spain. Liam Burns will get it into play. Burns, 26-year-old, debuted for Trinidad and Tobago in a friendly back in May against Guyana. Here's Charles. Jamil Neptune started 4 matches in this tournament last year for Port of Spain. Started one of their first 2 matches this year. Jamil Neptune. Nice give and go. Rochford. Cut off by Kurt Frederick. On the turn, opportunity for Port of Spain. Cutting it back was Punanjaran, putting it in front, shout for a penalty. Goes unanswered, but Dwayne Muckett could have just gone for it. It seemed like he had the space to get to the ball and maybe put one on goal. Got caught instead looking at the official. Now on the counter the other way. Daryl Massicat on the turn. Played through for Stort. Malcolm Stort goes for goal, save made again. Second of the evening from Denzel Smith. First corner of the evening for Grenades. Delivered by Serrano. Excuse me, Stanislas on the corner. He'll do it again. Stanislas, better service this time. And away by Wesley John. And cleared further away by Rochford. Already a good start with 2 shots on target from Grenades, prompting 2 really difficult saves to be made by Denzel Smith. Wesley John. Nifty turn from Rochford. Plays it through for Muckett. AC Port of Spain qualifying as the champions of the TT Premier Football League for this past season. 149th ranked team in the Concacaf rankings. At the time of the draw, back when it was conducted for this tournament, they were 151st in the rankings. Moved up slightly. Chance brewing here. It's slotted through for McLean off the post. Still McLean on the rebound off the other post. Oh my goodness. Sadale McLean with hands on head as he walks away. He hit both posts in that exchange. Zaim Scott did get a piece of the second effort. It will be a corner, it appears. How unlucky do you have to be to hit both posts on back-to-back shots? Again, the second one had something to do with Zaim Scott getting a slight piece of it, pushing it onto the post, and then a play. Now it's Jean-Paul Rochford from the corner. Great chances both ways through 10 minutes. Rochford from the corner. So again, at the time of the draw, Port of Spain was in pot 4. Grenades in pot 5 as one of the unranked teams here in this tournament. They'll be ranked again the next pass-through by playing in this official competition. So these were the 2 lowest ranked teams in this group when the draw was conducted. Grenades FC, again, very small sample size, a 2-1 loss against Cibao. Cibao were the highest ranked team in this tournament. So despite that last spot, that last ranking, when the draw was conducted, Grenades acquitted themselves well in their opening match against the top-ranked team, a match they very well could have won. And on the opposite side for AC Port of Spain, they were, again, ranked 3rd from the bottom in this 10-team tournament. And their 2 first matches against pot 3, Nuana and pot 2, Mocha. And they had leads in and could have won both of those matches until late on when they squandered those leads, picking up 1 point instead of 6. So don't let it fool you. These are the 2 lowest ranked teams on paper in this group. They have played well to start off.
Look for it, Patrick. Let's do it basic rush front.
Pounon Jerome. Really commanding presence in that midfield for Port of Spain. That central trio forming an interchangeable triangle. Any moment, any of these 3 players I'm about to mention can go forward, or the other sitting back. Between Michael Pounon Jerome, Jean-Paul Rochford, and Dwayne Muckett. All 3 will interchange. Pounon Jerome, 16 caps for Trinidad and Tobago, playing in their June World Cup qualifiers. Muckett, the captain, on the ball now. Started their last Nations League match just a few days ago. And Jean-Paul Rochford, 14 caps. Played in a friendly back in March against Jamaica. That midfield triangle, the engine room of this Port of Spain group. Having some success early on. Free kick curled up all the way into the hands of Denzel Smith. Down the left side, McLean slots it through for Henry, back to McLean. He won't hit a post this time. He misses target altogether this time as the rain falls here in Port of Spain. Showed you the forecast, top of the broadcast, it was for a 98% chance of rain. So odds were that it would rain, and it only took under a quarter of an hour for it to begin.
Don't move, Rasta. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move, right. Man, God.
Rochford. Muckett on the turn. Muckett plays it through. McLean settles, saved by Scott. Brilliant find from Muckett. First touch popped up on McLean. He struck it well, though, to be fair, off the volley as it came down. Second time now he's been denied by Zaim Scott. Muckett dispossessed. Carried ahead by Frederick. And on the same page, either Stewart or Blake. After a couple of early counterattacks from grenades that forced Denzel Smith to make two great saves, Port of Spain have wrestled control of this. 4 opportunities of their own, twice hitting the post, and now forcing another turnover. It's Muckett leading the charge, looking for McLean. Knocked away instead by a sprawling Sherman Augustin. Rochford still with it. Rochford weaving through. He goes down. Rochford almost found it again. And it's stopped by Scott from a teammate. Not an intentional pass back from Massacott. I have a sense that goal is coming in this first half for Port of Spain. They've been building toward it.
Pull up the socks there. You shake that show it. They're showing them on 60. You gotta pull it up.
Come on, that's where. Better!
Working it back through toward Muckett, not quite. On the turn, it's Neptune. Took a deflection off of Stanislas out for a corner. Swinger from the corner, headed away. Only the penalty spot, blasted back in, deflected in the arms of Scott. Boulangeron had the chance. Long throw ahead to Stanislas. Right now, Stanislas.
Keep it, that's gonna come by your foot, ball. Yeah, well done. Full time. Come on. Up it now. Deep on that Fred, take it down, goal. Stand upside down. Quicker!
Hear the shouts of quicker from the sideline from the Port of Spain head coach Walter Noriega. They heed that advisory. Played through now. Flicked on through, brilliant ball in, some contact there. Still loose in front and now put home by Shaquille Henry. Terrific job as a group from Port of Spain not to just stop because they thought a call might have been made. Yes, there was contact from Zaim Scott taking down Sadale McLean. Shaquille Henry kept going. Some players on that back line for Grenade stopped, expecting maybe an offside flag or a foul. Look at that back line, they all stopped, expecting the offside flag. And then, even after that contact, Port of Spain all still alert, pouncing to it, Henry, and it is 1-0, his second goal of this tournament. Just a very basic letdown there from Grenades. It's born out of terrific, quick 1-2 passing from Port of Spain, cutting through the heart of that back line. And they stood and watched, expecting an offside flag and maybe expecting a foul to then be called. Not the case.
Shaquille Max Henry in the 21st minute.
"22 minutes come and gone here in Trinidad and Tobago. Goal by Shaquille Henry moments ago. The difference right now. Played through again in search of Rochford. They've had this success playing right through the middle. Now it's Muckett. Quick give and go, back on the run. Rochford tried to find him. Here's McLean. In behind now for Stewart. To the end line, Stewart. Too much on the cross. After scoring, Port of Spain ceding some more of the ball to Grenades. You know for certain Port of Spain would like to tack on to the lead, given their history so far in this tournament. In their previous two matches, both times leading in the second half, both times failing to earn the victory. Again, it was Iwanamint of Haiti in the first match. They were up 1-0. And then ultimately, 52nd minute, they conceded, finished 1-1, the final score. Second match against Mocha of Dominican Republic. They led 2-0 to the 50th minute. Then conceded 3 times to falter 3-2. For the third time now, they've taken a lead. Will be the first time they earn a victory. For the top 2 teams in each group advance to the semifinal. Have some work to do. Try from distance here, flashes wide from Jamil Neptune. Sabao and Mocha leading the way here in this group with 4 points each. Top 2 teams advance to the semifinals. The winner of this tournament gets an automatic bye into the round of 16 in the next edition of Concacaf Champions Cup. Second and third place teams will enter in the first round of that tournament. The top 3 teams overall will all qualify in some capacity.
Smack, look quick. Have to move it a little sharper, a little faster.
Some contact there as McLean goes down. Free kick for Port of Spain. Is there a card associated with it? Might just be a talking to from Trisley Basu. The cards do stay in the pockets. Immediate protest. And it was all ball in the end from Barrington Blake. Floated in from the set piece to the back post, headed down and out for a corner. And Just last off of Rene Serrano. Wesley John, the big center back, pressuring, forcing him to make that play and sending it out for the corner. You can see down here, the referees flag the assistant referee, the wind whipping down in this corner, rain still coming down. Curled in, edge of the 6, headed away. The target was Henry. Massacot. Chased down by Serrano, curled in now, looking for Massacot. Comes all the way through for Malcolm Stewart to save, and it is kept in. Harrington Blake, rather, with the hustle to keep that one alive. Serrano. Harrington Griffith brings it all the way back now. And the forward momentum thwarted of Grenades FC. Putting 10 minutes, 2 shots on goal, 2 big saves made by Denzel Smith. Nothing since for Grenades. Massacot. Massacot, good service. Lurking with Stewart out for a corner. Had the majority of their success coming from these wide areas. Curled in again and gathered by Denzel Smith. Half an hour gone. Punted out by Smith. Secondary ball won by Grenades FC. There was a big gap there, just waiting to be taken advantage of by Port of Spain. They don't get to the ball. Forcing through, Massacot lost it. Played through, in behind, it's McLean cutting back. Again, McLean still saved by Scott. He got a foot on it. Sadale McLean wondering what he has to do to get on the score sheet tonight. He's hit 2 posts. Remember, he had the opportunity moments ago that led to the Port of Spain goal in the 21st minute. He was taken down by the goalkeeper. Scott referee played advantage, and Henry put it into the empty net. So he helped mightily in scoring that goal. He hit 2 posts prior. And now this one here. Neptune. Drop back for Muckett, going for goal Muckett, and gathered by Scott.
Forward again, move forward now. Falling for you. Come on, look in. More ruthless, ruthless. Okay.
Augustine in for Griffith. Quentin Griffith, the calming presence in the heart of the midfield. 77 caps, 9 goals for Antigua and Barbuda. On the attack now again, it's saved by Smith. Malcolm Stewart has been a spark in the attack for Grenades. Each of their opportunities has been either created by or the shot taken by Malcolm Stewart. Slip through for Rochford, going for goal, Rochford, and hits a divot and goes wide.
Hey, that's good. Keep going, keep going. It's your target now. It's your target. Keep it up, Scotty. Keep it up, Scotty.
Again, the success for Port of Spain continues to come through the middle, testing the center backs, Serrano and Sanchez. Little slip balls through. Again, right through the middle, and this one is another near close call for Shaquille Henry.
All you gotta do is hit your target. Hit your target. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Comes all the way back for Denzel Smith. Again, the 24-year-old with 3 big saves tonight. 15 caps, 6 clean sheets for Trinidad and Tobago. Again, started both of their June World Cup qualifiers and both of their September Nations League matches. He's quickly become the #1 choice for Trinidad and Tobago. The pace of this first half has dropped considerably as we've gone on after a feverish end-to-end start. Now it's Rochford attacking the back line. Still Rochford, saved by Scott, rebound beyond McLean. Took an odd angle to the ball, McLean. Was hoping for a quick strike rebound. Has to recycle it instead through Poonanjaran. Now again it's McLean. Muckett creates space. Muckett goes for goal. All Scott could do is watch as it goes wide. That is the 10th shot of the match on the Port of Spain side of the equation.
Come on, come on, boy. Come on, Smith, come on. Keep it. Early. One up there, inside.
Another corner coming for Port of Spain as they look to tack on in their lead.
Yes, okay, yes.
Dealt with corners well, Grenades. Pushed ahead by Grenades, try from distance, took a deflection, shout for handball, it's given. Was it in or outside of the box though? That's what everybody's wondering right now looking at Hasely Basu. Indication is that it was outside the box. Have a look. Right there, the outstretched hand on the center back, Wesley John. So a free kick, not a penalty for Grenades. All happened so fast. A few of the Grenades players thought it would be a penalty. The way that Wesley John drifted into the box after the contact. Clear, it was on the outside. Denzel Smith setting up his wall. Lester Joseph and Rydell Stanislaus standing over it. Quick couple of touches, edge of the area, blasted through and blocked. Quentin Griffith on the effort. The volley is just wide from Lester Joseph, who started the whole thing with the quick routine. Threatening moment there on the free kick for Grenades, which should show Port of Spain just how quickly that 1-0 lead can evaporate. And they know, again, first two matches, from a 1-0 lead to a 1-1 draw, from a 2-0 lead to a 3-2 loss. An insurance that they've been pressing so hard to find in this first half. The sooner they could get it, the better. Illustrated by moments like that. The Grenades have come oh so close. Now played in behind again to Stewart, but Smith has it. Closing moments of this first half. Like Don Tamuckett playing in behind for Rochford. Rochford centers, not cleared properly initially from Frederick, now put skyward, still bouncing around. Frederick checks it, Rochford takes it from distance, it's saved by Scott, denying put on Jerome.
Hey!
What's the challenge, guys? What's the challenge?
Langeron. Henry.
Slide over. Let go, slide.
Ponageron looking through. Rochford put it behind Muckett. Pushed ahead into space for Stewart, but quickly closed down by Wesley John, covering a lot of ground. Center back pairing for Port of Spain, Maurice Ford, Wesley John, both capped a few times each for Trinidad and Tobago. Veteran players, Maurice Ford at 28 years of age, Wesley John 33. That experienced center back battery have been top notch so far tonight when it comes to thwarting Grenades attacks. The only attacks that have been dangerous have come from out wide. Anything up the middle has just been gobbled up by Ford and John. So maybe that's an adjustment at halftime to be made for Derek Edwards, the Grenades FC head coach. Trying to exploit more down the wings. Jamil Neptune and Liam Burns. That's where they've had their success in this one. And you can see it here just in the formation and the way Port of Spain is setting up, with Burns and Neptune just getting so high in possession as they try and tack on to this lead. And leaving Ford and John on the back end on an island. The attack through the middle, you're running right into them. Two very capable center backs. If you try the flanks, there's plenty of open space. You get them turning and facing their end line. You get runners in behind. You get dangerous opportunities. Not enough attack on the flanks for Grenades. Well, there will be 1 minute of added time. And another free kick in a dangerous spot here for Grenades. A yellow card for Liam Burns. So again, and attacking Liam Burns, one of those two outside backs, they find success. They have to do more of that in half number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time in the first half.
Standing over at Quinton Griffith, as is Kurt Frederick. Griffith, the right-footed option, number 91. Frederick, the left-footed option, number 2. Griffith curls it to the back post, and it's overshot. Surprised there's no effort on goal from that angle, from that distance. Prime real estate for a direct strike on goal from the free kick. And that will do it for half number 1. Port of Spain takes a 1-0 lead into the break here in Group B play of the 2024 Concacaf Caribbean Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the score at halftime is 1 AC Port of Spain, 0 Grenades FC. get complete coverage of Concacaf's ultimate club football competition. The official Concacaf app brings you all the football action, including news, live statistics, match highlights, top saves, plays, and key moments like the man of the match. Stream full matches and Concacaf events all within the app. The app is available for download on Apple and Android devices. Love for our game. And don't miss the best moments of Concacaf games and tournaments. Follow us on TikTok at Concacaf. Concacaf appreciates the respectful behavior of all our guests to ensure a pleasant and safe experience for all those present. Those who choose to engage in disorderly conduct, including abusive, offensive, or disruptive language or behavior, will be subject to sanctions, including expulsions from the stadium and may be subject to arrest.
Go ahead. Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the field AC Port of Spain and Grenades FC.
1 minute, 10 seconds. Don't do it fast, guys. 1 minute.
A primer toque, no te complica la vida.
Ready to begin half number 2 here between Grenades FC and Port of Spain in the 2024 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. Action taking place in Group B. Port of Spain leading 1-0. 2 changes to get you out of the break. On the Port of Spain side, interestingly, a goalkeeper change. Marvin Phillip replacing Denzel Smith. Made a couple of big saves in that first half, Denzel Smith, but Phillip will replace. On the other side, Luis Labrada will replace Lester Joseph for Grenades FC. Marvin Phillip coming in, goalkeeper, age 40, has for so long been the #1 goalkeeper for Trinidad and Tobago, also for Port of Spain, helping mentor the player he replaced in this one in Denzel Smith. 94 caps for Trinidad and Tobago, Marvin Phillip. And we're back to the action here. It is Port of Spain right to left in the black and red, Grenades from left to right in the white. Joe Malva with you for the action this evening. And the offside flag up early here on Grenades. Denzel Smith made 4 saves in that first half before the substitution. Very capable replacement, of course, again, in Marvin Phillip, the 40-year-old with nearly 100 caps for Trinidad and Tobago. See how aggressive in this second half Port of Spain proved to be, looking for that second goal. Create that separation. They've already had a 1-0 lead squandered in this tournament to a 1-1 draw. And again, they've also had a 2-0 lead. It turned into a 3-2 loss. So pick your poison. Between the 1-0 lead and the 2-0 lead, they've squandered one of each. Maybe they can end up besting both and getting to a 3-0 lead. We'll have to wait and see. Poulangeron trying to squeak it through, or McLean.
You see it? You see it?
Right there.
Rotate. Hey,
Carried through by Barrington Lake. Barrington Lake started both matches in this tournament. Second year now with Grenades after 4 years playing in the Jamaican Premier League. A nifty move down this right side. Keep it alive. Now it's Barrington Lake. Now it's the substitute Luis Labrada. Out wide is where they had their success in the first half, Grenades, and attacking out wide is what yields a corner this time around. Curled in from the corner, headed away by Burns. The only player on a yellow card from that first half, Liam Burns. Muckett. Too long, looking for Charles on the return ball.
Substitution for Grenades FC. Player number 64, Lester Joseph, is replaced by player number 70, Luis Labrada. Substitution for AC Port of Spain. Player number 99, Devil Smith, is replaced by player number 1, Marvin Phillip.
Given away again through the middle by Grenades. That's where they had their issues. Jamil Neptune puts a spin on. Now plays it through. Flag stays down on the cutback from Henry. Pressure from Muckett, almost won. Sprung out wide to Stanislas. Again, success in the wide areas for Grenades. Have to keep trying to exploit it. Stanislas, though, goes right back into the middle. Takes a deflection and stops the momentum. Keep that out wide. It's where they've had the success. Now Massacat out on the other side. Burns defending. Curled in. The header away. Laid off to Lake. Slipped through. And given as a penalty. Contact was going both ways. And Sherman Augustin drew the penalty. Port of Spain players in a state of shock. Let's have a look. Comes through. Yeah, those Port of Spain players have an argument here. Very, very easily, Sherman Augustin went down. Jamil Neptune put himself in that danger by leaving his feet and jumping in, but stopped short of Augustin. Augustin kept going through and then took a bit of a dive. No matter, ref called it the way the ref called it. And interestingly enough, go back to that 1-1 draw against Guanamint for AC Port of Spain. It was in the 52nd minute that their 1-0 lead became a 1-1 level scoreline. And here we are in the 52nd minute again. Is this shades of their 1-1 draw? Must be the third time that they fumble a lead here in Group B play. It'll be Quentin Griffith to take. The captain, 9 goals for Antigua and Barbuda and 77 caps. 32-year-old patrolling the midfield. Now from 12 yards out, can level things against the substitute goalkeeper Marvin Phillip. It's Griffith denied by Phillip and cleared out of play. Common phrase that you'll hear mostly in the United States when it pertains to basketball. Ball don't lie. It seemed to be an incredibly soft penalty given. And no matter in the end as Marvin Phillip makes the stop to keep it 1-0 in favor of Port of Spain. Can they use that though, grenades, to spark momentum? Try and find a goal in this second half. It's flicked on and out for a goal kick. Struck well by Quentin Griffith. Marvin Phillip, well, he got away with cheating a bit there. He was well off the line. Missed by the assistant referee. He got a good push off, and it was at a good, comfortable height to make that save. Jamil Neptune on the ball, let off the hook. He was the one who committed the foul. Late decision to give the free kick in favor of Port of Spain. Try to get it out wide from Jamil Neptune. Cut back.
All right, I watch any short play too.
Set long over the top again, searching for Malcolm Stewart, and Marvin Phillip has it. Dropped in for Neptune. McLean over to Muckett, looking through for Rochford, blocked back to Muckett. Try from distance for Pounageron, doesn't miss by much. Slip through again for Rochford. Carried ahead. It's McLean. Saved again by Scott. Rebound bouncing through. Blocked off the edge of the 6. Just not McLean's day. That is 7 opportunities now from inside the 18 for McLean. He's hit 2 posts. Once he was taken down by the goalkeeper. Led to the Shaquille Henry goal. And the other handful of times denied on saves. Here's Muckett. Giving back away to Rochford. Loose ball, Muckett can't get there. Poor clearance effort. Keeps it alive here for Port of Spain. And a penalty given. Careless lunge in from Quentin Griffith, who is going to pick up a yellow for his efforts after Grenades had a penalty saved at the other end a mere 5 minutes ago. Port of Spain on a penalty at the other end can make it a 2-0 lead. This one, though, seemed to be more deserving of a penalty call. No questions that we had with the first one. Liam Burns, rather Anthony Charles taken down. Oh, that's just a careless challenge from Griffith. And no VAR here in this situation, and he's maybe lucky that there isn't. The way he came down, studs borne out, stomping on the foot. Very well could have been elevated to a red card. Just be a yellow. And Muckett will be the one tasked with taking the penalty. 29-year-old, capped 26 times for Trinidad and Tobago, started just 7 days ago, their last Nations League match. Dwayne Muckett, a goal and an assist in this tournament last year for Port of Spain. Bulk of his career spent at home in Trinidad and Tobago. Also spent 2 years in the U.S. with Memphis 901 of the USL Championship. He's had a really strong game in the midfield, Dwayne Muckett. Can he make it 2-0 here as we approach the hour mark? They've been searching for this insurance goal. Zaim Scott has come up big a few times. Dwayne Muckett denied by Zaim Scott. Marvin Phillip makes one save at the other end on a penalty. Zaim Scott matches him at this end. You've got the 40-year-old goalkeeper Marvin Phillip for Port of Spain, the 20-year-old goalkeeper Zaim Scott for Grenades FC. He's half his age, but a save maybe twice as big. Now from the corner, barrels through. Now the save made by Marvin Phillip, of course, important, keeps it 1-0 instead of 1-1. But the way this match has gone for Port of Spain, you anticipate more chances. They have opportunity even at 1-1 to go back up 2-1. If this would have gotten to 2-0, it might have been done and dusted. Zaim Scott slams the door. A free kick for Port of Spain. Zaim Scott, 7 caps for Antigua and Barbuda. Just started a Nations League against Dominica 10 days ago. John Paul Rochford standing over this free kick. Does he want to test at the near post here and go for a goal? He does, but he puts it over the bar. Zoll's being dared by Zaim Scott to go for it with where the goalkeeper was setting up. Playing out of the back through Neptune. Won by Grenades. Header away from John. Heavy pressure here from Port of Spain. It'll be out for a goal kick. Starting to mount some more possession now, Grenades. Game settling back in a bit after those back-to-back penalties were saved 5 minutes apart. Out wide to Stanislas. Delivered and flicked away by Burns. Here come two changes for Port of Spain. That'll be all for Anthony Charles. And it looks like Sadale McLean's day is done as well. He'll leave unlucky to not have scored, to say the least. Now they'll be replaced by Nathan Lewis, and Marcus Joseph will replace Anthony Charles.
That's a substitution for AC Port of Spain. Number 18, Anthony Charles.
Neptune plays it through. Substitute Lewis took a deflection. Almost an immediate impact for Nathan Lewis. 20 minutes gone in this second half. Shaquille Henry's goal in the 21st minute still holding up for Port of Spain.
Lewis in the 65th minute.
Somebody got to take the ball.
Lewis in behind for Neptune. Cut back looking for Lewis. Pressure from Lewis, but he commits the foul.
Look up. Deep.
Here's Nathan Lewis. Quick give and go. Lewis in, chips, saved off the line, and a pull-up for good measure on the back end. What an effort from Kurt Frederick. Port of Spain doing everything but scoring that second goal. Neptune, too much. Looking again for Lewis. It's interesting, Nathan Lewis replaced Sadell McLean as the substitute, and it seemed like he inherited his bad luck. Back to all the opportunities McLean had in that first half, and a couple in the second half to score. Denied by a couple of posts, some great saves. Now it's Lewis again. Marquette denied on that penalty. This one falls again for Lewis. Squared back, loose in front, and it's the other substitute, Marcus Joseph, flashing it wide. Off a deflection, it'll be a corner.
He has to take that one too. Hey! Guys! Hey!
Pounan-Giron, wicked whip on that one, but it goes wide. Two more changes for Grenades. That'll be all for Stanislas. And Barrington Lake will exit as well. So two changes down the right side of this attack for Grenades. Dejari Shepard and Eugene Kerwin come on.
Number 99, Miguel Stanislas, replaced by number 77, Eugene Kerwin. And number 23, Barrington Blake, is replaced by number 21, Dejari Shepard, both in the 69th minute.
I'll tell you. Chairman, relax, man, let's go. Come. Gotta keep on finish. Look at man, run again.
Free kick goes the way of Grenades. Free kick for Grenades. 20 minutes to go. Free kick like this could be just what they need to find a way.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. The game's over, fellas. Let's go. You get it. Go, guys. Let's go, man. Let's go. Like side, get it.
Sent in on the back end, attempting to save it was Daryl Massicat, who switched over to the right side now, with Eugene Kerwin going left.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Go back.
Nathan Lewis.
One go, one cover.
Laid back for Muckett. Marcus Joseph pirouettes, finds Muckett. Back for Joseph, and it's just wide. Their 22nd shot of the match. Still looking for a second goal.
Watch for the shot, please.
This will be a corner, actually. Referees deem it did take a slight deflection. Floated, back post, off the fingertips of Scott. Now for a corner on the opposite side.
Back forward.
Two.
Taken short from the corner. Lumped in near the penalty spot. Chested down by Henry on the volley, but Free, I believe, deemed that it was off his arm, not his chest. Handball comes the other way. Picked up by Poulangeron. Slipped through for Joseph. Now ahead to Henry. Henry pressuring, dribbling back to goal. It deflects. Loose in front for Poulangeron. Drops it back, and it's deflected wide by Frederick. The offside flag now comes up before it hits the crossbar. Wild sequence. Bred out of a mistake right here from Grenades. Where was Daryl Massacott going?
Shut up! Just swing it out now!
Forward!
Tony, dile que intente una larga.
Wait, come inside. Come inside. Yeah. Michael. Gomez. Get it off.
Shouts from the bench of Grenades FC. They want to get it forward in a quicker manner now. They've been under the pressure from Port of Spain. Out wide for Neptune. Floated over to the back post. Played through, in behind, it's Malcolm Stewart from a tough angle. It's saved by Marvin Phillip. Might have been going wide anyway. He wasn't taking any chances.
Okay. It don't happen. Hey, it don't happen. It don't happen. You have to look.
Corner in the 76th. Is this set piece the lifeline that Grenades needs? To the back post, a good service. Falls in a dangerous area before it's cleared. Edge of the area, Henry, it's deflected and over the bar. Corner coming. Every time Henry lines up to strike one goalward, you sense the threat, and he has to match his lone goal.
Watch for the shot, guys.
"24 shots to 7 in Port of Spain's favor. Now another corner. Jean-Paul Rochford drops it right into the hands of Zaim Scott. Wants to go quickly. Sends it long, looking for Malcolm Stewart. Doesn't get it all the way there. Neptune. Kurt Frederick. St. Lucia International. 60 caps for St. Lucia. Contact made. Free kick coming for Grenades.
Ladies and gentlemen, just want to announce that the attendance at today's game is 325 people.
Quentin Griffith standing over it. He was the one who had his penalty denied in the 52nd minute. Curled in, header wide from Stewart. The goal came 21 minutes in from Shaquille Henry. Quentin Griffith had a penalty saved in the 53rd for Grenades that would have tied it. Dwayne Muckett had a penalty save moments later that would have made it 2-0. Now a chance to finally make it 2-0 again for Port of Spain, denied by Scott. Shots are 25-8 in Port of Spain's favor. Player down for Grenades. Teammates are asking him to stop play. Daryl Massacott, he'll continue instead. Odd to see a team continue to play with one of their own teammates down. One more change each side. Make that 2 changes for Port of Spain and 1 for Grenades. That'll be all for Rene Serrano, replaced by Keanu Barrett. It's on the Grenades side.
Substitution for Grenades FC. Number 29, Rene Serrano.
It'll be Shaquille Henry, the goal scorer, and Jean-Paul Rochford, both coming off for Port of Spain. Replaced by Che Benny and Haley Beckles.
AC Port of Spain. Number 9, Shaquille McHenry, replaced by number 20, Shea Bennett. And number 15, John-Paul Rushford, is replaced by number 11, Ivy Beckles.
Flicked on, running in behind there was Malcolm Stewart. Free kick for Grenades, thrown by Massacot. Benny. Shea Benny goes for goal, puts it wide. Final 8 minutes plus stoppage time. Through for Lewis. Lewis wants it back, gets in behind, wins a corner. Final change coming for Grenades. Replacing Sherman Augustine will be Sean Tomlinson. Floated from the corner, headed back across frame, but out of play.
Go, go! Y'all got punch it down, up! Up, guys, go! You got played up! You got go! Push up, guys! Let's go, man! You got to fight for this ball! Go ahead, shut there, go ahead. Wide up!
Played back for Benny. Played in behind. Chance to tie things up. Some contact made after the save. Going down with Sean Tomlinson. And the foul goes ultimately against Grenades.
Sherman Augustus, replaced by number 28, Sean Tomlinson, in the 84th minute.
That would have been an instant impact for Sean Tomlinson. Terrific save, really, from Marvin Phillip, putting his body on the line. Right there on the shot. Still down, Marvin Phillip. And remember, they subbed in Marvin Phillip to replace Denzel Smith, so he's already the second goalkeeper used. They've also already used all 5 subs Port of Spain. So unless it's a head injury for a concussion sub, they wouldn't even be able to get an extra player out there. But they don't have another goalkeeper anyway on the bench. So all it would do is allow a field player to go in goal if he can't continue and remain 11 on 11 rather than him being out injured and also going down a man. This is the risk you run when you only have 2 goalkeepers available, 1 starting, 1 on the bench, and you make a sub at halftime. There didn't seem to be any apparent injury to Denzel Smith. He had a good first half with 4 saves. These 2 goalkeepers are the 2 goalkeepers for Trinidad and Tobago as well. Marvin Phillip, the 40-year-old. Denzel Smith, the 24-year-old, who's taken the baton from this man, Marvin Phillip. It looks like Marvin Phillip will be able to continue. Breathing a sigh of relief there, Port of Spain, without another goalkeeper available. 90 seconds remaining of the 90 minutes. You wonder what stoppage time might look like after that lengthy break. And a game that is still somehow just 1-0. Port of Spain out shooting grenades 25-10. Out possessing them roughly 60-40. Both teams have had a penalty saved. It's been a wild second half. Lobbed in over the top. Brought down by Massacott. Crossing. And it will be out for a goal kick. Told there will be 6 additional minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 4th official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 6 minutes of added time in the second half.
Flicked on, gathered by Phillip.
Hey, police, drop back to the police, drop back. Look at that, look at that.
Worked ahead for Marcus Joseph. Still looking for a second goal for the insurance here, Port of Spain. They would have liked to have had it a long while ago. Could have been breathing a bit easier. Better late than never, so long as it helps their case in the late stages. All the way back to Phillip. Difficult one to deal with. It's bouncing, and Phillip, it's conceded out for a corner. Will that mistake be punished by Grenades FC, taken quickly from the corner? Down the left side, Barrett slots it inside. Lewis clears. Sent long again. Massacott can't do anything with it. Another ball played in, the header off target. Halfway through stoppage time. Massacott drives it in, headed away. Floated in again, the header! The equalizer! Sean Tomlinson, the substitute, with 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining, ties it for Grenades. Port of Spain have been trying and trying and trying to find the insurance goal. Out shooting Grenades 25-10. Both teams had a penalty saved earlier in this half. But time and again, they were denied the insurance goal, and it hurts them in the end. It's the third match Port of Spain have played. In all three, they've blown a second half lead. A 1-0 victory, that became a 1-1 draw. A 2-0 lead, that became a 3-2 loss. And now another 1-0 lead, that becomes a 1-1 draw. You could just see the disappointment in the body language of all the Port of Spain players. Tomlinson is the player who broke in behind and briefly injured Marvin Phillip when he first subbed on. Now he leaves his mark. Both of these sides were really in need of a win in terms of the table, trying to keep pace, finishing top two. Remember, the top two make the semifinal. Can Grenades win this thing now? It's out for a corner. Top two teams in both groups make the semifinal. Top three finishers in the tournament make it to Champions Cup. Port of Spain would almost be, not quite so, but almost mathematically eliminated with a loss here if they were to cough this up late. Already as it stands, they'd have just 2 points. With 1 game remaining, their maximum would be 5. And you have Mocha and Sabal already both on 4 points. And there is the final whistle. Grenades FC stunned Port of Spain with a late equalizer, and it finishes 1-1 here in Trinidad and Tobago. Group B action in the 2024 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. It was a lead for over an hour for this Port of Spain team. They leave dejected, and Grenades FC pick up a much-needed draw to keep their own hopes alive.
Grenades FC 1. Be the first to watch the highlights of this game in our official YouTube channel at Concacaf. The official sponsors, Aramco, official sponsor of Concacaf, Molten, official board of the Concacaf Central American Cup. Real A is proud to be the official airline of Concacaf. The partnership brings together two ambitious, like-minded organizations who share a commitment to excellence, whether in the skies or on the pitch. Scotiabank is a proud sponsor of the 2024 Concacaf Caribbean Cup because football inspires kids and transforms futures. Visit www.scotiabank.com/FC to learn more about our football initiatives. For the latest official news, match scores, stats, and highlights, visit Concacaf.com. Concacaf greatly acknowledges the outstanding support of the tournament partners. Thank you for coming to the Concacaf Caribbean Cup at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. Thank you and have a safe journey home. Good night.
We're speaking here with Jamil Neptune, AC Port of Spain. Jamil, once again, you guys have given up a goal late in the game. It cost you 3 points, but you leave with a point. How do you feel?
It's hard. It's hard, but we have to keep our head up and continue because we have one more game to go. You know, unfortunately, we didn't get the 3 points, but we have to look forward to the next game.
How do you lift yourself from this game again? The last 50 minutes, you had a goal to a lead to defend, and they came very strong in the closing minutes, but you have to bounce back.
It's hard to bounce back from something like this, you know. We've been trying to get 3 points in the tournament, but we just had to lift our head. We have one more game to go and just keep moving forward. That's how the game goes sometimes.
Thank you and all the best to you. We're speaking here with Sean Tomlinson, super sub. Sean, what a way to finish the game for you and your team, coming off the bench to get your team a point. Tell us about it.
Well, the goal was to win the game in general, but we started off a little rough, but started catching ourselves, but then we just didn't finish our opportunities. But that's the game of football. Just happy we could get back the goal to equalize, but the official goal was to get the 3 points.
Created a lot of chances on the road, also missed the penalty, but what kept the team going? What made you continue to believe that you can come to Trinidad and Tobago and get a point?
Well, the drive was people looking at us as the underdogs, and we just used that as motivation to prove everybody wrong.
Good luck to you and the rest of the team for this campaign. Thank you.